Hello and welcome to the DOT Inspector Training Overview course. I am your instructor Matthew Hall and I will be going over the qualifications of a DOT truck inspector, important definitions and guidelines to understand and follow. This is only an overview course, so we will not be diving into the details today. But if you are interested in our in-depth DOT truck inspector course, please contact me at dottrucktraining@outlook.com. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, let's go ahead and start off by defining what a commercial motor vehicle is. According to section 390.5, a commercial motor vehicle means any self-propelled or towed motor vehicle used on a highway in interstate commerce to transport passengers or property when the vehicle 1. Has a gross vehicle weight rating or a gross combination weight rating of 10,000 to 1 pounds or more, whichever is greater, or 2, is designed or used to transport more than 8 passengers, including the driver, for compensation, or 3, is designed or used to transport more than 15 passengers, including the driver, and is not used for compensation, or 4, is used in transporting materials found by the Secretary of Transportation to be hazardous and is transported in quantities requiring placarding. Now, in section 350.105, the commercial motor vehicle means any of the following characteristics. So, number 1, a gross vehicle weight rating or a gross combination weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more. 2, regardless of weight, is designed or used to transport 16 or more passengers, including the driver. And 3, regardless of weight, is used to transport hazardous materials and is required to be placarded. Let's go ahead and continue with what a commercial motor vehicle is. Section 383.5, definitions. A commercial motor vehicle means a motor vehicle or combination of motor vehicles used in commerce to transport passengers or property if the motor vehicle is a, number 1, combination vehicle, Group A. This is your definition for a Class A CDL. Having a gross combination weight rating of 26,000 to 1 pound or more, whichever is greater, inclusive of a towed unit with a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,000 pounds. So that is a truck that's got a gross vehicle combination weight rating of 26,000 pounds. That may or may not be found on the door sticker. Sometimes you may have to reach out to the manufacturer to figure that piece of information out. But if that vehicle is intended to have a combination weight rating of 26,001 pound or more, and you are towing a vehicle behind you, if it's a truck, trailer, that's 10,000 pounds of a gross vehicle weight, then you would need a Class A CDL. So, number 2 here, heavy straight vehicle. This is your typical Class B CDL. This is just a straight truck, no trailer being towed behind it. Having a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,001 pounds or more, whichever is greater. Then number 3 here, we have small vehicle group, Class C or Group C. That does not meet the criteria for A or B. So that is something that's designed or is used to transport 16 or more passengers, including the driver. Or B, or 2, is of any size and is used to transport hazardous materials as defined in this section. Other important definitions we want to make sure we discuss are commerce, motor vehicle, gross combination weight rating, and gross vehicle weight rating. Starting off with commerce, any trade, traffic, or transportation within the jurisdiction of the United States between a place in a state and a place outside of such state, including a place outside of the United States. Trade, traffic, and transportation in the United States that affect any other trade, traffic, and transportation. Motor vehicle. A motor vehicle means a vehicle, machine, tractor, trailer, semi-trailer that's propelled or drawn by a mechanical power used on highways. Now, that definition does not define anything that is exclusively used on the rail. An example, a train. Gross combination weight rating. A value specified by the manufacturer of a power unit. If such value is displayed on the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards certification label required by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or the sum of the gross vehicle weight rating or the gross vehicle weight of the powered unit and the towed unit, or any combination thereof, that produces the highest value. Exceptions. The gross combination weight rating of the power unit will not be used to define a commercial motor vehicle when the power unit is not towing another vehicle. So essentially meaning if you have a Class A, your typical Class 8 semi-truck, right? And you're driving down the road without a trailer, that vehicle is not going to be subjected as a Class A, needing a Class A CDL, because you're not currently driving a vehicle, you're not towing anything. You're not meeting that criteria of a Class A CDL. So technically you could drive like a semi-truck without the trailer and only need a Class B, because it's not subjected to the gross combination weight rating. Then you have gross vehicle weight rating, means the value specified by the manufacturer as the loaded weight of a single vehicle, right? So that's the weight of the truck plus the payload and the passengers and everything. That's the maximum weight that vehicle can drive down the road legally. So here's just a quick view of some labels that you may find on the doors. In the red boxes there, you can see the gross vehicle weight rating of the units. So on the one on the left there, we have 39,000 pounds. The center one, we have 33,000 pounds. And on the right hand side, we have 39,000 pounds. Now for these three examples here, they don't have a gross combination weight rating on the label, nor do they have it in the manual. So for these three trucks here, I actually had to call the manufacturer to get those details on what the gross combination weight rating was. And if I remember correctly, I believe the two on the ends were 59,000 pounds gross combination weight rating, and the center one was 56. So again, if you can't find it on the truck in the manuals, make sure you contact your manufacturer of the vehicle to see if you can get that detailed information. Alright, so just a quick recap on what a commercial motor vehicle is. A vehicle used in commerce to transport passengers or property. Three classes, A, B, and C. A, combination vehicle, right? A truck that has a gross combination weight rating of 26,000 pounds, including the towed unit of 10,000 pounds. B, a heavy straight truck that's greater than 26,000 pounds. And C, small vehicles, something that's going to be transporting 16 or more passengers, including the driver, or transport hazardous materials. And as we learned in the very first section, a vehicle with the gross combination weight rating of 10,001 pounds. So anything that weighs 10,001 pounds or more, right, that's used for commercial use, is considered a commercial motor vehicle. What is a DOT inspection? A DOT inspection is an inspection that is performed on a commercial motor vehicle on a yearly basis. This inspection verifies the vehicle's condition is within the guidelines of the Department of Transportation and has been determined to be safe. Let's see what the Code of Federal Regulations have to say. Now in section 396.17, periodic inspection, every motor vehicle must be inspected as required by this section. The inspection must include, at a minimum, the parts and accessories set forth in Appendix A to this part. So in section 396, at the very end, there is a section called Appendix A, and that has all the definitions and criteria there that it needs to follow. The term commercial motor vehicle includes each vehicle in a combination vehicle. For example, a tractor, semi-trailer, full trailer, combination, the tractor, semi-trailer, and the full trailer, including the converter dolly if so equipped, must each be inspected. So essentially, everything that's connected to that truck that's driving down the road needs to be inspected. If it's one trailer, two trailers, converter dolly, truck, no matter what the combination is, if it's driving down the road as one unit, then every individual component would need to be inspected. B, except as provided in 396.23, which we'll get to a little bit later, is in this paragraph, motor carriers must inspect or cause to be inspected, meaning that they have to have their vehicles inspected. Either they do it or they pay another company to take care of that service for them. All motor vehicles subjected to their controls. Now, intermodal equipment providers must inspect or cause to be inspected all their equipment that's intended to be interchanged or intended for interchange to motor carriers in intermodal transportation, right? So section 396.23 describes that a motor carrier can have an inspection to their standards as long as it meets the basics that section 396.17 is requiring. Part C of 396.17, periodic inspection. A motor carrier must not use a commercial motor vehicle, and an intermodal equipment provider must not tender equipment to a motor carrier for interchange unless each component identified in Appendix A to this part, like I was saying, in Appendix A of Section 396, has passed an inspection in accordance with the terms of this section, right? So at least once during the preceding 12 months. So every 12 months a vehicle needs to be inspected. And documentation of such inspection is on the vehicle, and the documentation may be the inspection report prepared in accordance with 396.21 or other forms of documentation based on the inspection report. An example, a sticker or a decal which contains the following information: the date of inspection, the name and address of the motor carrier, intermodal equipment provider, or other entity where the inspection report is maintained, information identifying the vehicle, if not clearly marked on the motor vehicle, right? So that can be the VIN, that can be the tag, that can also be the unit number, and a certification that the vehicle has passed an inspection in accordance with 396.17. So on your label for your DOT inspection there, you're going to have the date of the inspection, the day that the inspection was completed and passed, the name and the address of the motor carrier, you know, the company that owns the vehicle, information identifying the vehicle we already discussed. It can be the VIN, can be the unit number, could be the license plate number, something that is going to identify that specific vehicle has been inspected. And then we have the certification that the vehicle has passed in accordance to 396.17. All right, 396.17 periodic inspections. D. A motor carrier may perform the required annual inspection for vehicle under the carrier's control, which are not subject to any hold on a second.